I was in seventh grade. My grandpa, slowly but surely, um, was getting sick, and it got really, really bad to where he eventually went to the doctor, and he was definitely one of those guys that did not go to the doctor for anything. And we found out that he had cancer. And when everything was boiling down, um, my mom had to go down to Tennessee to take care of him and my grandma. And I was stuck up in Indiana where I live with my dad, and everything's kind of got hectic because my dad was worried about his and my mom's relationship and everything, and so I was kind of left alone to deal with my own emotions. And so I ended up finding this girl named, I probably shouldn't say her name, but since it's just a generic name, I'll say her name's Allie, because that's her name. And she was there for me when nobody else was, but me and her together, we were kind of like fire and gasoline, if you ever heard that country song. And so we did these terrible things. We stole, we smoked weed all the time, we talked to strangers and did things with them that, like going off with them and doing stuff, and then drinking, sneaking out, all these terrible things. And I did all of this to suppress my emotions. And then she invited me to go to church with her, and which kind of shocked me because I didn't take her for the type of person to go to church. And we went to church, and it was kind of like fast break. And it started out with a concert. And they were singing, we were dancing, we were turned up, and then they would, have their sermon. And they asked if anyone would like to let Jesus into their heart to raise their hand, and I did it. And now, when I was younger, I've always known about Jesus. I've always known who he was, but not quite exactly what he controlled or did for people. I just knew about him. And so I raised my hand, and she prayed for me, and because I had so much guilt for the things that I did. I was living two lives. One with my friends, who they knew that I was the type of girl to go out partying, sneak out, drink, and all this other stuff. And then my school and my mom and my family thought that I was this good child that was just kind of rebellious, because I would stand up to a lot of people and get kind of in trouble at school. And then once she prayed for me, I started to talk to God almost every day, and I wanted to let that guilt, I wanted to go away, because it was so heavy. It felt like I had an anchor tied to me every day. And he really helped me with that. And now I'm free. So my two words for my story: before is guilt, and then after is freedom.